And now, here's your host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Shaping Success. I am Wes Tankersley. This is morning coffee. I skipped yesterday. I had a lot of stuff going on yesterday. We had a very interesting One Drink Wednesday. It was something that I don't know quite how to handle, and I'm working on it right now. Someone decided that they were going to jump on there and say some pretty crazy shit. And so it was all directed at me. And Jay and I were just kind of blown away. We had no clue what to think when it happened. If you guys want to go watch it, you can. It's over on Instagram on Jay's profile. So you have to go to Jay Finning, JPFENNING. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You can go look at it at minute 13, and you'll kind of have an idea of what I've been dealing with yesterday. And I think that it's a good thing to talk about. What's up, Nikki? I think it's something that, you can go watch the video, you can go look at it, and go do whatever, and you can see what you think. But I started thinking about it yesterday. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't really want to talk about it very much because I think that it'll take away from what we're talking about today. Very, very kind of scary situation, though. The thing about it is nothing really. It's a runaround to try and get it kind of taken care of. So we'll get it taken care of. We'll see how it goes. But I don't think anything's coming of the situation. I just think the guy was very mentally unstable. So a lot of people have reached out, and I thank you for that. And but let's talk about this, because I think that we'll talk about something else. We'll talk about something kind of related to it, and that's where I'm kind of taking this. Nikki and I were doing the motivational music hour, and I started listening to this song. One of these songs that I really like. It's called "No Pain, No Gain," and I listened to it like on a different level, and it's just kind of crazy. I've been reading a book, or not reading. I always say reading. It's never reading. I listened to it on Audible, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's book. It's called "Be Useful." It's a new book that I think it's pretty new. It didn't come out very long ago, and I knew it was coming out. I hadn't listened to a book in a while, which I should, because I feel like listening or reading and all that stuff is like one way to expand on the things that you think about and all that stuff. And that's where I get a lot of the ideas that I have. But it's interesting because when you surround yourself with people that are like-minded, they challenge you to think outside the box. They challenge you to be better. And that's what these books do for me. And a lot of times when I say surround yourself with like-minded people, because they have the same goals and hopes and dreams and desires that you do. They may not have like the same opinion on something, which is fine. You need to sometimes be challenged on your thinking. I don't even think it's challenged. I think what you need to do is you need to realize that there is two sides to everything, all right? And it's really tough in this society right now because, like, especially in the United States, I don't know, around the rest of the world, I'm sure there's issues that involve whatever. And I'm not going to get political, but I'm just going to say that that's one of those things, right? And I don't care one way or another. You like Trump, you like Biden, you like whatever. Those two opinions have become a clash that's so big that if you like one thing, they can't be around you. And the problem is that if you can't do that, like if you can't have a differing opinion with someone and discuss it and have an adult conversation about it, it can really destroy things, okay? So I like to think and see both sides of the situation. However, I do what I want to do, and that's kind of what life is like. You can talk and you can say those things, but just be consistent about it. And I think, like with Arnold Schwarzenegger, a lot of people got mad when he made a speech about, what was going on with one of the political people. And so you kind of like, oh, screw that guy. I'm not going to listen to him. which is what it is, and that's fine. But what I would say is that he had some valid points, and so does the other side. And some of these people on either side, people on Trump's side have valid points, on Biden's points have valid points. And that's just one thing, right? But life in general is that way. What's up, Hal? Thanks for hanging it on TikTok. Thank you for the gifts. That's the thing, okay? Like, we have two sides to every single story. Whether it be, I like bench press versus squats and why, but you have to be willing to listen, okay? The first thing you have to do is be able to listen. And then once you can listen, you can make an opinion. But if you don't listen and you're not informed on both angles, then how can you make an informed comment on a situation? Okay? I don't know how I got off that, but we'll get back to that. We'll figure it out. But anyway, listening to Arnold talk about this, and he was going through some stuff, and I was just listening to No Pain, No Gain by A Connection on Motivational Music Hour, thinking about pain and thinking about the things that you go through and stuff like that. And this thing that happened on a live is pain, right? And so you can go through and go like, why? Why? What is this all about? And I'm trying to remember who it was talking on, I made a post about that, right? Like, someone wishes they were you, and this person was talking about all the surgeries and all the things that they've been through and how they can find the fact that they met some really good people and good things are happening. And just because there is pain doesn't mean there is something that's good in it. And that's what it's really about. Like, this is a painful situation, trying to figure out how to work through it, but it's also made me think a little bit differently about the whole thing. So you have to be able to embrace the pain, because nothing good comes with no pain, right? Good things do come with no pain, but like, think about what happens with pain, okay? So Arnold was talking in the book about Muhammad Ali, okay? And Muhammad Ali said, I don't count sit-ups until I feel the pain. So when you're lifting weights and when you're exercising and you start going through those things and you think about that, when you think about it in that angle, about the way that it works, without pain, there is no progress in exercise, right? So you could do a bench press, and then when you're done, you don't have any pain. That means that your muscles are not growing, because your muscles need to be stretched and need to be pushed to the biggest extent that they can go to in order to be strong. Now, there's a difference between going in there and just freaking injuring yourself and doing way too much and overdoing it versus doing enough to get the pump, the advantage that you're trying to get. So there's pain, right? So Muhammad Ali used to do sit-ups, and you could do like 30 sit-ups and you don't feel anything, but you're doing the sit-ups, and then when you feel the pain, that's when you're getting stronger. That's when you're getting better. And so that was one of the things that Arnold was talking about. So this pain, no matter what it is in your life, because it's like a metaphor, the sit-up pain is like a metaphor, right? It's like, okay, this situation that I went through has caused me a lot of mental anguish and pain, but it has made me look out on the outside and realize that, there's a lot of things that can change. Like yesterday, I did not post I posted on social media because I was processing. I posted on TikTok. That's where I posted. I was processing the situation, trying to figure out how to handle it, how to go through it. There was a lot of things, like, these things happen to people all the time. And I'm not like super world famous or anything like that. But like I said in the beginning of the video, it was bound to happen. I'm surprised that it happened. And it's crazy though, like, and I'll, at some point we can talk on the side if you want to talk about the situation. You can go watch the video and then you can ask me or tell me what you think. And if you don't know where that is, you can go back to listen to the podcast. We'll talk about it later. But anyway, that pain meant something. It helped me reevaluate the situation. And am I protected enough? Am I doing the things that I need to do? Because I'm very open. What you see is what you get. unfortunately, this gentleman decided that he was going to make some claims about me that are not even, it was defamation of character. That's all there is to it, as well as threatening my life. But it is what it is, okay? You know who I am. And there's so many people who reached out and supported me and, hey, I hope you're okay. These are the things that are going on. And, but I'm trying to find the good in that situation because there's now I need to do some other things. Now I need to make sure that my family's protected for the things that I do because I do this. I'm in the public eye. And again, like I said, I'm not super famous, but like I'm here. There's a lot of people that see me. I have almost 23,000 followers on TikTok. So there's a lot of people that see this from time to time, even if it's 250 people at a time. But there's a lot of people listening to my podcast. I have almost 1,000 videos on YouTube. There's a lot going on. I have almost 300 episodes on a podcast where people listen to me. They know who I am. You could figure out real easy where I'm at. And that's just the thing, just part of being in the public eye. So there's things that I'm going to do to protect my family. That's all there is to it. But I wouldn't have really thought about that because I thought that, well, it's no big deal. There's nothing wrong. It is what it is. It's pretty easy. It's, whatever. So that's the situation. But without the pain, I would have never really evaluated that. So there is things that are good from that. Okay. So what I would say is like in that song, it's like, there's no pain, no gain. You got to fall in love with pain. You have to look at it on a different level. You have to, God, I keep saying, but like I'm just processing, I'm thinking about it. But you have to be willing to understand that pain will bring something else. It's kind of like, I don't know who it is. Someone wrote a song for pain for pleasure, but like thinking about that and how it works and how you're going to have to go through something in order to make yourself stronger. And the whole situation with the house, the whole situation with everything that I've been through over the last 3 months is been looked at in a completely different way because I'm a different headspace than I was like 2-3 years ago. So you have to face it head on. You have to be willing to understand that it may break you, but that doesn't mean just because you break that you can't keep going. I think Michelle, new supporter. We have 3 subscribers on TikTok. We got Michelle Jazzy, we got Nikki Pav, and Vanna Woods, all subscribers now. And then I also have some Patreon supporters and all that stuff. But like Michelle was saying, fail forward, right? Fail forward. And my shirt says move forward, right? Because I think that no matter what happens, even when you fail, you have to be willing to move forward. And I was thinking, because I was like, I'm not going to do this morning. I just don't feel like it. But I also realized that there are so many people, and that's one of the things that people reached out to me about, is that my message is that you can be stronger than you need to be, right? You just have to be willing to realize that it's between your ears, that no matter what you want to do, success is attainable because you are willing to do the work. And this friend that DM'd me was like, you reach way more people than you think. I support you. I love you. And I want you to know that it's bigger than this whole situation. And that person wants you to stop. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to stop because they're jealous of you, because they do not want you to succeed, and you're all about succeeding. And that's what got me here today, because I was thinking that I don't know, I'm not in that headspace, but I am. I'm here, all right? And that's sometimes what I need. You're not the only person that may need it, I need it too. So, exactly. And if you guys don't, Nikki's over here she joins me every morning. And I appreciate that. My motivational music hour buddy, homie, and friend. So, safety first and keep doing what you're doing. Don't let them win. And that's all there is to it. We can't let these people who want to destroy us, who want to ruin us, who want us to not be happy people destroy who we are. And there are people like that. Unfortunately, my daughter comes home every day and says that people bully her. And I don't necessarily, I feel like the term bully has gotten used way too much. So it's kind of a watered down situation, right? And she says that, and I talk to her a lot about it. It's like the same thing. It's like the same kid over and over again who says things to her. And it's funny because I tell her and she understands it, but sometimes it's easier said than done, that he's saying that because he just doesn't feel good about himself. He's also saying it because he gets a reaction out of you. So if you stop reacting to his shitty little attitude, if you stop trying to pay attention to what he's doing, because a lot of this is like school stuff that happens. He does something wrong. My daughter's like tattles on him. He gets upset that she tattled on him. And I told her, I go, it's, like I understand, unless you were directly in danger, like if he's doing something to you, it's none of your business. Let the teacher do her job. Let the teacher take care of it, right? But if he's directly coming after you, if he's swinging at you, if he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing to you, knock him out. I mean, I'm not promoting that, but I'm not promoting physical violence. But the fact of the matter is that you're letting him get into your head. And if he does swing at you, or if he does something, I'm going to support you doing what you need to do. And my daughter is probably bigger than this kid. I haven't seen this kid, but I can guarantee you she's almost as tall as her mom, and she's in the 4th grade, and her mom's 5'5". So she's close. I mean, she's over 5 foot, I think, already. She might be 5'1", and she's in the 4th grade. So she's just like dad, because when I was in the 5th grade, I was 6 foot wearing a size 10.5 shoe. She's going to be taller. She's going to be bigger. She's going to be one of those people that people are going to go, I don't want to mess with her. But then again, being the big person, you get messed with too, because little guys, little people think that they're going to pick on you because you're not going to do anything back. And sometimes you have to set that tone like I did. Again, ramble. But the fact of the matter is that there is no gain without pain. You have to be willing to work through that. And so when you are on a high note, I feel like sometimes people come in there to knock you off your high horse. And I'm feeling pretty good about the way that things are going right now. And I'm working really hard, and we're moving ahead. And then I feel like I get tested every single time. And the test is to keep moving forward. So that's kind of the message today. Remember that. Like, you have to go through the pain. And just because it's painful doesn't mean that it's not worth it. Okay? And getting old. Like, I exercised at one point for 365 days in a row, and then we moved, and I just haven't got everything set up, and a lot of things happen. But when I get back to it, that's the one thing that I'm dreading, is that if you think that exercising is fun, go do 10 air squats right now and then tell me how you feel in the morning. Do like 10 good air squats and tell me how you feel in the morning. And as you get older, it gets worse. But that pain reminds you that you're human. It reminds you that muscles can't grow without stretching and contracting, and you have to start somewhere. So I will get there. I got to get the garage squared away, but that's my excuse today. As soon as the garage is done, I got everything kind of set up. It's just kind of all in shambles, and I will be working out again. And I'm probably going to do it. Like, it's funny because I get up at 4:15 every morning. And then I've been doing it at this 5. So I'll probably work out, then come in here and do this. That's kind of the plan, but got to get that stuff squared away. So, yep, you're hurting from yesterday because you exercised. And it's very important that we do that because we need to be in better shape. And Nikki, you're awesome because you do it every single day. Good for you. Well, unless there's extenuating circumstances, but you are on top of it. As long as I've known you've been working out. All right. Like I said, we got a couple subscribers. I want to say thanks to Nikki for subscribing, for being here every morning. A lot of people rely on this morning coffee. Thanks, Hal, for the gifts. Nikki, Vanna Woods, Michelle, thank you for supporting me and subscribing on Patreon and on TikTok. And have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Until next time, I challenge you to find shape your success.